Hi, I'm Seamus.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Rootsgarn.
So we've just gone through Little Lamplight, and the bad news is we had to go through Little Lamplight, but the good news is we're through Little Lamplight and we'll never have to come back.
Amen.
Which is another plot hole we'll be talking about.
You know what? I'm fine with any plot hole that keeps me as far away as possible from that fucking sequence. Okay,
Dang!
Oh! Wait a minute! Okay, seriously, you guys, like, just said, you know, this is another plot hole we'll be talking about, and I'm like, plot hole? What are they talking about? I just got that! Oh, that's gonna be fun to talk about.
It just now occurred to you? Yeah. That occurred as soon as it happened. I hate to do this. I know people that haven't seen it, like, why are we worrying about spoiling this game? This entire series is spoilers. Let's talk about it now. Later on, we're gonna get in here. Remember, we're here looking for the Gek, the artifact of magical. It's sort of a do-anything technology. If you have a technology you want to invent, you make a bunch of crap that doesn't work, you insert your Gek, and it'll make it work. That's all you need to know about it. And we're here to get one because our dad is a terrible, awful scientist.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a worse engineer.
And an even worse
I wanna get
engineer.
nerd rage.
So,
You're taking
Lee,
nerd rage,
once we
Josh?
get it... That's weird. I
Sorry,
mean,
that's
I'm
kinda
not telling you
redundant.
not to. Yeah.
Well, have you noticed
that was
how
last
often
episode,
I
Josh.
spend, I probably... Can I get... Okay, yeah. Have you noticed how often I spend with my health at low levels?
Okay, fair enough. That makes a lot of sense. Now, okay, we're going to get this Gek, but leaving here, we are not going to... We're going to get captured. And I mean, this is RPG trope all the way. This is like every RPG ever. You get a MacGuffin, you get captured. You do this thing, you complete a major quest, and immediately the plot captures you. And there's a lot of justifications for doing that. In wanting to reset a player, to let them kind of go back and acquire stuff again and remind them what it's like to not have all their cool stuff. I mean, there's a certain... It's a nice way to change up the gameplay as long as you can sell it to them and it doesn't feel cheap and unfair. It can be a nice way to mix things up and keep the game fun and interesting.
I like how those guys continue to have a conversation with themselves while I pick them off one by one.
And it helps if you can
Sorry,
sort of
as you were
escape by
saying.
yourself, like in Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah. Yeah, it is nice if you kind of even things up, but yeah, you don't even get that here. So we're going to get captured, and the big question, of course, is like, well, wait, how in the flaming crap did our captors get in here? The main entrance is bathed in radiation, and what did they come through Little Lamplight? Did they have to go rescue some slaves and get called poop butts by Mayor McCready?
Dude, I hope they slaughtered Little Lamplight. But since we'll never go back, I guess we'll never find out, so I can live with the fantasy that they ran through and murdered everything.
They just get up to the main gate, so can we come through? Well, we're fresh out of captured slaves, so yeah, okay, I guess so.
Somebody else already paid the toll, so it's open door day for everybody.
Yeah, the door's still open, actually.
Yep.
Ooh, XP.
Alright, so now we're looting Vault 87. Now, I forget, I mean, obviously this vault is long broken into, looted, and fallen apart. I don't know, would this
not so
vault
much
ever...
broken into.
Oh yeah, this is the one that rebelled. Like, this is where they were making super mutants, and the
Yeah, hey,
super mutants
remember
got out of control.
when the Master came up with his grand plan to make super mutants to replace the human race and take over the world? Yeah, apparently he didn't come up with that. Or at least it was an unoriginal plan. Nope, the Vault-Tec company came up with that same plan, the exact same plan, to create the exact same sort of mutants Give or take a few slight differences, like the fact that these mutants are genderless. But you know,
and
75 years
I like
earlier.
this, and I like the look of the Fallout 1 super mutants. From an artistic standpoint, they met that comic book look. Bethesda's hung up on this 50s thing. The 50s vibe was there, but it was very much mixed with a pulp comic book feel. And that is lost here. That feel is gone.
The sort of overload of just like 50s references, and like, oh, now Fallout apparently is the 50s in the future after the apocalypse. That was not in Fallout 1.
Right, you didn't see people with beehive hairdos and hanging
around
in 50s dresses.
What most people's hairdos look like.
Yeah, well, to be fair, in Fallout 1, when you changed your armor, it completely changed your avatar was your armor. It's like, oh, I'm this blonde-haired guy in the Vault 13 outfit. I forget if you were blonde or not, but then you'd put on metal armor, and you'd be a guy in sunglasses with a butch haircut. And
then you'd put on combat armor, and you'd be bald.
Yeah. So it literally clothes made the man in that game.
Now, oh crap! Give me a second. Lost my train of thought. Oh yes. To me, this just that sums up the whole Bethesda Fallout setting relationship in a nutshell. I mean, they do get some of the important elements. They do them, pretty well sometimes. But there's just sort of a lack of subtlety about the whole thing. Like, there's
a lack of what?
Yeah, subtlety. Like, they settled on a few things, and they just took it to the hilt, past the point where it really made sense. Like with the jet, like how did Jet get over there? Or like, just any of the aspects of the original Fallout they took in and kind of misinterpreted. Or how, Vault-Tec is behind everything. They're basically the Umbrella Corporation.
Yeah. Actually,
that's a good
behind
analogy.
Everything was Fallout 2, really. And Fallout 2 did sort of begin the trend that Bethesda then... Fallout 2 was sort of the tractor trailer, and Bethesda was the bullet train of the weird stuff you see in this game.
Yeah.
The game. Guess. Yeah, but it does feel like many elements are wrong, and I think like visually, and I think going for photorealistic was about the worst thing artistically. Other than, that's what makes this whole world gritty, and it all looks the same, it's all the same color. It's not that I want this to look like the Mushroom Kingdom, but even if you look in the original Fallout, maybe I did this rant already a few episodes ago, but the original Fallout, even in the middle of the desert, where everything is all orange and brown, they had contrast. The buildings popped and stood out from the background. Like, if, you could see what you were doing in the original Fallout. And that was back in 256 color mode, 640 by 480. You did not have a lot of pixels to work with, but they spent them well. So that you could see what you were doing. And here it's all blurry.
Stereotypical photorealism has no contrast, but if you go out into anywhere in the real world, like, you'll see plenty of contrast.
Yes.
Yeah. There is so much contrast that, like, there is a sort of arms race with cameras so that you can display better contrast.
Yes, they want bigger
cameras
visual
can't
range to get
properly emulate the same level, capture the same level of contrast as the human eye.
Right, they're high-end and low. You notice if you aim your camera and you get a window and you're inside, you get a bit of the window and it adjusts its lighting for outdoor lighting, and all of a sudden the room turns black. Even though you can see fine with your eyeball, the real world has tons of contrast, and none of that shows up in this photorealistic world. And everything looks the same.
I think we're overlooking the biggest problem with Bethesda trying to create a photorealistic game, which is that they really suck at photorealism. Like, have you seen the faces in this game?
You know what? Oblivion was fine. I mean, aside from like the fact that like people look ridiculously ugly.
Well, no, see, I don't know. I mean, Oblivion, it looked fine, but it didn't really look realistic to me. Like, everything, like the clothing, the rocks, the trees, had this kind of... It almost kind of looked like rounded plastic. Like, all of it... Like, it didn't...
And even Oblivion didn't have enough contrast for my taste in that, the swamp looked really similar to just the regular woodlands. There was not a lot of... Like, you fast travel from the woodlands to the swamp, and it's like a slightly different shade of green, and looks a little different. Some games really, really sell the swamp. They'll have this layer of fog on the ground. They'll have all these...
So this is an attempt to use FEV to create a mutant. Oh no, rads, 1 rad per second. Radiation is so terrible, I shouldn't be standing in this room.
Well, I should point out that the mutant corpse is crotch level, Josh.
What?
Yeah, there's some places in your body that you want to keep radiation away from more than others.
That's true. Oh look, I increased my unarmed by 2. Now I am invincible! Let's try something else here. Flamethrower! No complaints about me not having big guns.
Alright, well you've got Pyromaniac, so that adds 50% damage, which should more than make up for your ineptitude with big guns.
Yeah. If you have a higher science than I do, you can hack the terminal that has a bunch of medical records. Basically, like, this vault was set up as an experimental lab, but most of the residents weren't informed. Oh, here we go.
I'm not sure how
I'm
I
not
feel
gonna
about
read those, but...
them putting... I'm not sure how I feel about them putting lore behind a skill check if you do need, like, a high science to get into it.
Yeah.
I don't mind too much, as long as they don't do it for all lore. Having a few I think the core questions, if there's something that seems like a plot hole, they should address it, but I don't mind if little nuggets of the world or little neat details are hidden behind skill checks.
So, this is my favorite character in the game.
Oh yeah, Fawkes.
Fawkes, and
my
sadly,
only regret
he will not
about
be...
going super evil is that we can't recruit him. But we're gonna go the good route with this guy, because going the evil route is like I have to pop a bunch of Radaway or Rad-X and a radiation suit to get through.
Yeah, okay, I'll explain what Fawkes is gonna explain here. To get the Gek is here, and to get it, it's in this place that is just absolutely bathed in radiation. I forget what the total rad dosage, but it's up. In some spots, it's like 80 rads a second, which you can easily kill yourself in that. I mean, you spend just a few seconds in that and you'll die. Fawkes offers to walk in and get the Gek for you and carry it back out and give it to you, in exchange for us letting him out of this cell. For whatever reason, he's a smart super mutant, and so the other super mutants all hate him, because he's not super mutant-y enough. And so, as a way of griefing, they locked him in here forever. And apparently super mutants don't need food, even though they eat. Like, they can't starve to death, because he's been in here for hundreds of years. Which, even if that was the original Fallout or not, I don't care. That's dumb. I mean, that's just silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even by 50s science, everybody knew that something that could, like, nothing could possibly, under any sort of illusion of science, ever like be able to live indefinitely without getting any more, without getting any sort of form of energy.
Right.
Yeah.
It turns him into a perpetual motion machine, basically. So here he is. He's He needs out of this cage, so we're gonna let him out. Now we don't know if we have like tons of. Oh no! No matter what, okay. There's all these cells around us filled with super mutants and other monsters. He's telling us to go and pop the fire alarm, which will open all the doors to all the cells. Because that's what you want if somebody burns their toast and the alarm goes off, to free all of your dangerous inmates and let them run free. That's like
I
priority
imagine it
one.
was that oversight that allowed the super mutants to get loose and slaughter everyone in the first place.
Somebody put a bagel in one of those small toasters that's not supposed to be able to do bagels, and it wiped out the whole vault.
Yep. No, somebody put their casserole in the microwave. Gordon Freeman came by, pressed the button.
A useful trait for my fellow meta-humans. I am highly resistant to radiation.
Now, Fawkes, if you're good, if you have good karma, Fawkes will offer, once we get out of here and once we get through the next section of the game, he'll meet up with us and offer to join us. And once that happens, Fawkes is basically invulnerable. I haven't tried it myself, but people have claimed that they have dropped multiple nukes on him and he will not die, no matter
Yeah,
what.
in vanilla Fallout, you can kill him with several Fat Man nukes. But if you have Broken Steel installed, which I do, he will scale with your level automatically. So if you're like level 20, you can... I actually did this. I turned on God mode, flew into the air, and just rained infinite nukes down on his head, and he failed to even drop one bit of his health bar.
I wonder if God mode on you... I wonder if God mode on you also went on to him, though. I wonder if you turned off God mode.
I suppose.
Yeah.
But
no,
he's still incredibly resistant.
I can confirm. I mean, even just vanilla Fallout level 20. I've lured Fawkes out to a nuclear car, blown up the car, and just unloaded Fat Man after Fat Man on him. He hasn't died. I checked once. I can't kill Fawkes without dying in vanilla Fallout. Every time he beats me. That's with stim packs.
Wow. Okay, now, if you've got a really high science skill, these monsters we're about to release, you could go to each cell and release them one at a time, so that when you pop the fire alarm, you'll just be releasing Fawkes, and you won't have to fight everybody at once.
So this is a human that also wants to kill me for no apparent reason. I would have liked some dialogue with this guy, but I guess it's Bethesda we're talking about,
insane.
And Bethesda dialogue is,
well, he has red eyes. He's like some kind of... He's not a super mutant, but he's some kind of mutant. And he's clearly insane.
Clearly.
Although I always, once I clear this place out, it's a good place to sleep.
He's a passable mutant. He's an average mutant.
Actually, that's a
But
good
not
plan.
so super...
Freedom! True freedom!
Why does
Mediocre
he suddenly have a super sled?
Enough for this gift.
Good
Yeah.
I
question.
have no idea how long I pictured this.
Why couldn't he just try to break down the door?
Feels far better than
Fawkes, what are you doing to me, man? You're supposed to be
Because
smart.
the door is metal. These guys can't even get through plywood.
The glass... Oh, yeah, that's true.
Follow me, by which I mean go take a nap. For 1 hour to heal everything that's wrong with you.
That's what
actually-
sleeping does.
It's just sort of a personal note, but I was always, whenever, a lot of the melee weapons, especially the super mutant ones, are, very clearly improvised. Like, I mean, if you look at the Behemoth sledge, it's a fire hydrant. So I was always looking at the super sledge, looking at the super sledge and trying to figure out what it was, and I think I finally cheated and checked the wiki, and it turns out those are just weapons built by the military.
Yeah, they are straight up military weapons.
That's a shame. That would have been so much more interesting if they were homemade. Oh yeah, here. This is a gripe I have. Going back to Operation Anchorage, because I'm kind of getting the sense that everybody's not tired of hearing me complain about that. The idea that one general invented the Psycho for the military, I thought was about the most annoying hack ever, because the Psycho absolutely fit in the world of the original Fallout, and if you looked at it, it looked like this homemade, cobbled together thing. If this was made by the military, shouldn't it look professional? Oh, note this room. This room that we just left.
Yes, this is a very important room.
This is the room of bullcrap.
Fawkes,
We'll come back to that later.
Fawkes is... Oh, well, maybe he'll catch up to me.
Oh, no, see... Okay. Sorry, never mind.
Now, he says he's unstoppable, but I can't help but think that he can be stopped.
And has been, in fact.
Yeah. Yeah, but...
My fists, they are made of steel!
Okay,
God,
there's where
that would
that
be
green...
the best thing ever if you could replace all of the super mutants with heavies from Team Fortress 2. Somebody should make that a mod, and we would put it in spoiler warning and never look back.
Ultimately,
That would be
just
awesome.
heavy super mutants.
Tanks!
That would be awful.
Actually, there are just, you know, super mutants with miniguns. So you could argue that all those are the heavy.
Except they're not awesome enough.
Yeah, except
and their
they're
chins
not,
are too
yeah,
small.
they suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am totally not into these supposedly photorealistic super mutant. Like, this is one of the weak spots artistically of the game. I think super mutants look bland.
One of the many, many artistic weak spots.
Well, yeah.
Vaults don't look bad. I think vaults are okay. They look... I like their vault design. They fit with the original games while, you know, also working as an interesting place to explore. I think they did a good job with the vaults in their presentation. Both the trashed vaults like this and the new, you know, and the good one like the one you lived in. That works for me. Rad scorpions, I mean, I guess you can't really get rad scorpions wrong, but they look right on the money. I actually got a kick out of see. Oh, don't get me started.
I like how you're using that terminal from a crouch
Okay,
position.
so that's a lot of rads. Fawkes, where the fuck did you go?
Yeah, that's a crap. No, there's a radiation suit
God
in those
damn it.
lockers.
Yeah,
And there's
I
some
think I have to
Rad-X in a
lockpick
room
one.
around here, so if you, like, choose to leave Fawkes behind, you can get the Gek. And here's an interesting thing here's another way this game breaks with the original Fallouts, and boy am I saying original Fallout a lot this episode.
Yeah, you guys must be Smash.
As other people have said, the previous game just showed it was a suitcase full of seeds and stuff. And in this one, when you get the suitcase, oh, don't hurry on our account, Fawkes. In this one, when you pick up the Gek, it's like, do you want to activate it or pick it up? And if you choose activate it, boom, right there it activates and kills you because it acts like a Genesis device from Star Trek and immediately tries to turn you and the room you're in into a lush
Okay, Fawkes is
Garden
not
of Eden.
following us, so I guess we'll do this
Serious?
the hard way. Yeah, he's following. Like, I could get him to follow me, but he would just like walk.
You could use
the
the
whole way.
console. You could use the console to
No.
place at me.
No,
the
no
door.
console commands.
I don't
Fair
see a red. Like, the red suit I think is behind the locked door that I can't open.
No,
Because
there's
I
one in the
decided to level
locker,
up.
right?
Oh,
There's one out. Just go to the room where the Gek is.
knife, tweezers.
Like right by that console that you use to get in there.
Oh, okay. There's nothing in any of these.
No,
Yeah, I
I'm
don't have
sorry, I
one.
steered you wrong. I am sorry, I could have sworn there. I know there is one around here, but apparently my memory has failed me and I've steered you wrong. So I guess it's time to dose ourselves
There
to
is
the eyeballs
one,
with
but I'm
Rad-X.
pretty sure it's through the the locked door.
Maybe save it and then just plow through. I know while you're waiting for the door to open, like it takes the Gek a minute to kind of unfold.
Yeah, there's a doorway
spot where you can
stand in.
Yeah, where there's like almost no rads.
Alright, let's see. 52, 46. What? Okay. Where is it?
Oh, jeez, that's a lot of rads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna be dead in a second.
Yeah.
Got
There
it.
it goes. Now go. Yes.
Okay, let's show off the pulse here real fast. Activate the Gek. Are you
No, I think somebody did say in one of
if you're
the.
sure.
Somebody did say
I've
in
never
the
actually
comment
done this before.
that the Gek,
Excellent.
that the Gek can kill you in like Fallout 2 if you do something weird with it. I don't know if that's true. I haven't tried it myself.
That was hilarious. It gave me like 6 dialogue options to if
Are
I
you
wanted
sure
to activate
you're sure?
the Gek.
I can't read
Okay,
them.
we made it.
What are? Okay, never mind. I thought there was more than 3. I was like, well, what other options besides take it, leave it alone are there? But
It was activated,
Booby trap
but it gave me like 6. Like, are you really, really, really sure you want to activate this? Things. Okay, so we got the Gek now. Now we can just go back and give it to the Brotherhood and. Well, wait a minute.
You
we
know
don't
what?
own
This
Project
is the time
Purity.
to call.
What the hell are
This
they
is where
gonna
we
do
want to
with
call it. Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
Okay, so next episode we. Oh, hey, Fawkes. Fawkes finally got here. Next episode, we'll take the Gek and give it to the Brotherhood, and everything will be fine and happy. Totally what's
Yep.
gonna
Perfect.
happen.